Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing the Hedd Type 20 Mark IIs. Not only am I reviewing them, but I'm also going to give them away to you. If you enter, I'll tell you how to do that later in the video. Now these are Mark II versions. I did review the Mark Is, I think probably about 5 years ago, and I really liked them. So as soon as I got the chance to review these ones, I obviously jumped here because I really wanted to check them out, and I thought I'd ask if I could give them away, and they said yes. So amazing, because they're like £4,000 speakers. So super grateful to Hedd for doing that. So they're basically a three-way monitor. You can see they have a 7-inch woofer, a 4-inch driver, and they have what's called an AMT tweeter. Now, it's like a ribbon tweeter, but it's not. It's their special design. I like the sound of it. I actually really like the sound of it. It's super crystal clear. But that's not all the Mark II has. They also have some technology in there called a linearizer. So what it does, it corrects the timing of each cone. Essentially, bass frequencies will hit your ears at a longer time than the tweeters will. So what this does, it takes the signal that's coming in and then it puts it through its DSP and changes the time the bass takes compared to the top, so they're both hitting your head at the same time. The only downside of this means that there is a slight latency on the speaker because it has to listen to the audio and then replay it in the correct timing. But if you are recording with this, you would just turn the linearizer off, but you get a much cleaner sound with the linearizer on, and it's pretty impressive. So you can use that on the back. I mean, if you look at the back, all the knobs and all the stuff is so solid and well made. It's super impressive even without listening to them. They're heavy as hell, but they are really nicely made. I mean, I love the white ones, the sort of Stormtrooper white, we like to call them. I think these look the best. There are a black set too, but I think these look pretty cool. They just give an extra pop in your room. Size wise, these ones are the 20s. You can get 30s, and the 30s have an extra woofer on the other side. All that does essentially is just give you a little bit more volume when you're in a bigger area than you would use these. But if you've got these in a small room, they're perfectly loud. They're really good. When I'm in this room here, yes, I could do with probably a little bit more level, but then this room is massive. So I'd probably have the Type 30s in here, but the 20s sound really good and you can hear really good low-end detail. So if you're in a small or medium-sized mixed space, these are the ideal size. I really like them. They go up to 90 SPL in here. That's super loud anyway, but I kind of just like more level in this room just because it's large, but in a small room, I think that's more than enough. So there's also an option called the COP option. Now, COP just means closed or ported. So you have this little device that comes with it. It's like a little piece of rubber, and you can slot that into the front to close off the port at the front. So what this will do is just affect the way that the speaker will play. You'll get a little less bass when it's closed, but in your room then it might sound better. So that's really down to your room when you get them, and sort of check them out and start lining them up and listening in your own space. In here I actually like them open without this in, so you know, it sounded a little bit more open and pushed a bit more level, so it sounded much better that way. There's a load of buttons on the back where you can change the filters, you can change the bass, you can do extension bass mode. There's loads of stuff you can do there. There's also an option with these where you can go in AES or you can go in analog. I actually went in analog first of all. They sounded great, but then I went in AES and I actually preferred that sound. They just sounded a little bit smoother to me. I don't know whether that's because you're taking away the A to D stage. I really don't know the technology behind that, but I'm guessing that, and it just sounded a lot cleaner and smoother to the ear when it was just doing the D to A stage, they're going from the digital to the analog. The frequency range of them is 32 Hz to 40K. So they can play really loud without distorting the sound. And the thing is, you can go really low with them. It says 32 Hz, but you can definitely feel a lot going on there. And like I say, the tops are so clear. So because you've got them quite close to you, you can really get a lot of detail going on in the mids. So if you're currently using a two-way monitor, I always think people should use a three-way. These are definitely a really good option to check out. I think you'll be really impressed with how much detail you can get out of the mids, and I really love the tweeter. That's my favorite thing. The reason why I like three-way speakers is because each cone has its own frequency range. So you haven't got the mid-range also coming out of the speaker that's doing the low end. because you get a lot of different movement there. And so by having it on separate speakers, you can get a lot more detail and you can get it a lot louder. But how do you get your hands on these little beauties? Well, we are giving them away. So to enter, to get your hands on them, you have to be a subscriber to this channel. So make sure you're subscribed, look at it now. And you need to also be a member of my Audio Anoraks newsletter. The main reason for this is there's been a lot of spam on YouTube every time I say a giveaway, where you've got someone in the comments saying, message me on Telegram and you'll win, and then they're trying to get you to pay for the postage. So go to my Anoraks newsletter, and that is where I'll be picking somebody from the Audio Anoraks newsletter to get these sent to them. I won't be asking for postage. I will pay for the postage, so you know it's all legit, completely free, and I will email you to let you know that you've won them. So there is a link below. It's streaky.com/AA, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and go and give Hedd some love too, because they deserve it, because they're giving you these speakers. I'll leave a link to their Instagram below too, so you can go and share some love with them. So thanks for watching. I hope you get your hands on these. Don't forget to sign up to the Audio Anoraks newsletter. Then you'll get your hands on these amazing $4 grand speakers. Nice.